Let's go. We're actually crafting the perfect bracket here. Just letting everyone know we're live. There's still some games I'm still so torn about. Hold on, I'm gonna get a water. That I genuinely don't know. Like I'm torn. We're gonna craft the bracket live for you guys. Come on. We're just gonna wait to get a couple people in here. We're gonna wait to get a few more people in here. How's everyone doing today? We fired up. Drop your biggest upset. Perfect bracket incoming. It is perfect bracket incoming, Hoffman. Let's go. Who's fired up, baby? I'm fired up. This is the greatest week of sports in the entire year. Dude, the one game that I cannot pick is South Florida Louisville. Like I've been literally just it's been causing me a lack of sleep. Dude, everyone is saying South Florida upset. Everyone. I don't see one person taking Louisville. I don't see one person taking Louisville. I want to take them so bad. All right, we need to get a couple more people in here, and then we'll get going. Of crafting the perfect bracket. Michael, what up, my guy? Yeah, I literally don't see one person on him. Dude, I'm just like looking at Louisville's resume, and it's like, who the fuck have they beaten? Like, first of all, I assume Michael Brown's playing, right? I assume Michael Brown's playing. He's not going to not play. They are a whole different team with Michael Brown, first of all. I mean, dude, they beat Miami. They beat NC State, SMU. Like, who else have they beaten? They lost to Virginia, lost to Duke twice. They lost to Tennessee, lost to Arkansas, they beat Indiana. Their resume sucks. They beat Kentucky, non-conference. Louisville hasn't even beaten anybody, but they gotten so much respect early in the year. You know what I mean? Denton Bladau will play. Michael, definitely, dude. These guys are playing for their freaking seasons. I mean, for their careers. Because Denton and Bladau aren't going anywhere. Yeah, they're going to play. Just get a couple more people in here and we'll get going. I just don't know, dude. I just don't know. Don't know. Like, Louisville is so due. South Florida is like, are they the better team? Like, I don't even know. Like, who'd they beat non-con? They lost to Oklahoma State. They lost to them. I don't trust South Florida's defense. Like, if Louisville sprang, you know what I mean? Obviously, Wes Ennis could play. Kid's a stud. You know what I mean? Isaiah Nelson's a fucking stud. But we'll see. That'll kind of be just like a game time decision, honestly. All right, let's get going. Let's get going. Chat, we fired up. We're going to get crafting this thing. The perfect bracket. The intern's perfect bracket. By the way, if you haven't joined my bracket challenge, go join. $200 to the winner. It's intern's bracket challenge. Yes, his dad is going to the game, and it's like a big thing. I know. Brian Hodgson. That boy Chuck. The go-to coach. Brian Hodgson. That is getting a game I'm going to lose sleep over. But let's start crafting this thing. We ready? You could talk to me while I'm doing this, by the way. Like, let me know what you guys think yourselves. I'm curious. Obviously, we're taking Duke over Siena. These one seeds aren't losing. Okay, we're going to start in the East. Obviously, we're taking Duke over Siena. Honestly, no, never mind. We're not going to start in the East because I don't want to freaking deal with Louisville, South Florida yet. We're going to start in the West. Arizona's beating LIU. Sorry, Sharks. It's over. Okay, Villanova, Utah State. I'm curious what you guys think. I'm going to be on Villanova here. Utah State, I do think, is underseeded. This is a great coaching matchup between Kevin Willard and Joe Calhoun, but I expect Villanova's guards here to step up. I don't trust the Mountain West. Not that the Big East was anything special this year, and Villanova looks terrible. This is going to be a close game, but Kevin Willard is going to find a way to get Villanova to win this game. Wisconsin High Point. Look, this is going to be a lot of points. Wisco could be any team in the nation. They could also lose to any team in the nation. Okay. This is not the greatest matchup for Wisco because High Point can get hot. You know what I mean? Can they keep up with Nick Boyd and John Blackwell? I'm betting that they don't. Okay. I think they're like 10.5 point favorites here. Wisco's going to win this game. Could be close, though. Could be a close one. Arkansas, Hawaii. Arkansas is the hottest team in the nation. Give me Arkansas. BYU, Texas, and NC State. Look, I picked Texas to win tonight, and I do think they are a tournament team. Their starting five is legit. Assuming Texas wins tonight, we're going to play the card that Texas wins tonight. I'm taking Texas over BYU. Look, BYU is a one-man show right now with AJ DeBonta. Right? Like, BYU hasn't looked good. Sure, they beat Texas Tech without Richie Saunders, but I'm saying without Richie Saunders, they haven't looked good. I do worry because the Big 12 has been the best conference in all basketball this year, but give me Texas. Gonzaga over Kennesaw State. Purdue over Queens. Look, you guys got to understand these top teams are like really good this year. Hoffman, how do you join the bracket challenge? The link is in my bio on all platforms. It's free to join. Yeah, these top teams are really good this year, right? You got to understand that. Like, they're not going to get – these 1, 2, and 3 seeds probably aren't going to get upset. Miami, Missouri. I like Missouri here. I think this is a Mark Mitchell game. Malik Reneau is going to be a problem for Missouri, but this is a Mark Mitchell game. I think Missouri – this is going to be a really close game. I think Missouri finds a way to win this. I don't trust Trey Donaldson. Give me Missouri. Let's go down here to the Midwest. Michigan and UMBC. I really do like UMBC tonight. And I do think they'll give Michigan a little tough run, but Michigan's obviously going to win because they're on a different level. Georgia, St. Louis. Give me Georgia. St. Louis, Josh Schertz. What a hell of a run this year. Right? I mean, like, what a hell of a run this year. This game's going to probably have like 200 points. I mean, yeah, like 180 points. But Georgia SEC, man, like, they're just going to run them. And Robbie Avila's hurt. So give me Georgia to end St. Louis's spectacular season. This is where it gets tricky, guys. Look, everyone's saying Akron's going to upset Texas Tech. This line is moving. It's on the 7.5. Okay. I just don't think it's a good matchup for them. Akron's 0-3 in the tourney. Okay. Or sorry, versus conference tourney teams. Or yeah, 0-3 in the tourney, excuse me. Look, I know Texas Tech is without JT Toppin here, but like Akron doesn't guard the 3-point line. And Texas lives and dies by 3. I could see a world where they just run this team out of the gym. I mean, Akron's got a really good guard, and I forget his name, Mortiz Johnson, I think. But look, Texas Tech, Donovan Atwell, Christian Anderson, they're going to find a way to win this game. They're not losing this game. I promise you. Give me Texas Tech. Alabama Hofstra. This is where things get interesting. Yes, sir, Killian. This is where things get interesting. No Aiden Holloway. This dude obviously got arrested for possessing an absurd amount of marijuana. Look, Hofstra wants to play really, really slow. Alabama, obviously, it is really hard to keep up pace. If Hofstra starts playing at Alabama's pace, they're going to get ran out of the gym. Okay, yes, LeBaron Philon is still a bucket. He's going to get to his spots. Aiden Holloway, I think, is their best 3-point shooter. If I'm Bam, I'm worried. There's obviously some tension going on in the locker room right now. I mean, obviously, this Aiden Holloway throwing everyone for a loop, right? Hofstra's got a guard, Cruz Davis, one of the best guards in all college basketball. I don't care what level you're playing at. This kid is a bucket, okay? I don't like Alabama's defense. I watched them in that Ole Miss game. Their defense is just not that good. And, yes, they're going to have a front court advantage with Aiden Sherrill, but they got some height, Hofstra. I think Hofstra can give him some trouble. This is going to be a close game. And if Alabama's missing their shots, I'm willing to take a shot on Hofstra. See, Alabama's one of those teams of high variance. Like, they're a very high variance team. Like, they're prone to getting upset based on the way they play. They don't play the best defense. I give me Hofstra. Give me Hofstra. You got to have an upset in here somewhere. Give me Hofstra. Okay, I really like this Hofstra team. I was betting on them earlier in the season. I really do like them. Like I said, Cruz Davis is a bucket. They do have some height. Give me Hofstra for the upset. They play slow. Alabama's in trouble. Tennessee, SMU, or Miami, Ohio. I think SMU beats Miami, Ohio. Tennessee is a very good team. They are a very good team. With the addition of Jacoby Gillespie this year, they do have potential. They actually are a surprisingly 6th seed here. Surprising. Give me Tennessee. Virginia, Wright State. Give me Virginia. Wright State stands no chance. Iowa State. Give me Iowa State over Tennessee State. Though we'll say the free throw discrepancy in that game is Tennessee State is a very good free throw shooting team. Iowa State cannot shoot free throws, but it won't matter. Santa Clara, Kentucky. Okay. Here's the deal with Santa Clara and Kentucky. I mean, you got Herb Sendek, phenomenal coach against Mark Pope. You see, this Kentucky team has looked like a very good team at times, but then has also looked like a very poor team. They're just extremely inconsistent. You know, Santa Clara wants to play fast. They're a very good offensive team. They could shoot the lights out of the ball. They do force turnovers as well. I think Kentucky's prone to turnovers, but they also want to play fast. They're honestly similar style teams. Give me Santa Clara for an upset here. I mean, this just feels like a spot where Santa Clara can come in, catch Kentucky slacking. I'm not a big fan of Kentucky all year long. They just give me Santa Clara. I think this is a spot where 10 seed's going to upset a 7 seed. Let's move to the other side of the bracket here in the South. Florida obviously going to beat Lehigh or Prairie View. Vanderbilt over McNeese. Clemson, Iowa. This is a tough game to bet. Normally, I'd say take the better team, take the team with the better guard, Bennett Sturts, right? But genuinely, Iowa has nobody beyond Bennett Sturts. Nobody. Give me Clemson in this game. I think they're better coached than McCollum's got the Iowa team coach. I know Bennett Sturts can go off, but give me Clemson in this game. I think Dylan Hunter and Nick David's going to lead this team to victory. Close, ugly game, by the way. Illinois over Penn, easy. Houston over Idaho. Let's just get those out of the way. By the way, shout out Penn. Shout out TJ Power, former 5-star. Kid went for 45 in the conference championship for Ivy League. Go. Okay, Nebraska, Troy. This is where things get interesting. I could see Troy winning this game. I think Nebraska gets one. Both teams don't have ever in the history of the university don't have an NCAA tournament win. I could totally see Troy winning this game. Let me just say that straight up. I could see Troy winning this game, but I do trust Fred Hoiberg in Nebraska to hit some threes and advance to the next round. I do like St. Mary's against Texas A&M. Here's the deal with St. Mary's and Texas A&M. A&M SEC, obviously St. Mary's in the West Coast. Texas A&M does not stand a chance on the glass. Apparently, they're the most upset 10 over 7 seed popular. I don't know why. They don't stand a chance on the glass. St. Mary's are going to bully this Texas A&M. I don't think they're that good of a team. They're well coached. I don't think they're that good of a team. Overperformed a little bit this year. Give me St. Mary's. North Carolina, VCU. Everyone's picking VCU. Everyone. Dude, I don't know how they stop Henry Vasar. I don't know how to stop Henry Vasar. I love Seth Trimble. I do think VCU is actually the better coach team with Phil Martelli over Hubert Davis. I just think North Carolina finds a way to win this game. I know they don't have Caleb Wilson, but Henry Vasar, nobody can stop that man. Like, nobody. So give me North Carolina. All right, now we got to go to the East. Oh, my God. I don't want to even look. Duke over Siena, obviously. Let's get this over with. St. John's is beating Northern Iowa. Kansas is beating Cal Baptist. Look, everyone's saying Northern Iowa and called St. John's some trouble. I agree. St. John's will find a way to win the game. Ohio State TCU is probably the toughest game to pick in the entire tournament because if Ohio State finds a way to win this game, I do think that they could potentially make a run and beat Duke. Call me crazy, but I don't know if they're going to find a way to win this game. I mean, this is a tough TCU team. But I have to ride with Bruce Thorne in Ohio State. I have to. I want to know you guys' thoughts on that, Ohio State or TCU, because I've been torn. TCU is a team that's been underrated on the entire year. I'm like curious what you guys think. But let's go to the next game here. Oh my God, Michigan over North Dakota State, Louisville and South Florida. I mean, Louisville, South Florida. What do we do, chat? What do we do? What do we do with Louisville and South Florida? I need chat. I'm so torn. Is it Brian Hodgson in South Florida? I just think that Louisville, this is my opinion on Louisville. They don't have a good win. Like they beat SMU. Okay, whatever. I'm looking at that beat Kentucky. Look, Zach, you're torn. See, that says a lot because you're a big Ohio State fan. I don't know who's going to win this game between Louisville and South Florida. I don't trust ACC. ACC's been a wagon this year. Here's the thing about what I'm thinking. South Florida's a really well-coached team with Brian Hodgson. They have guys, NBA guys on that team. But Louisville has just gotten so much line respect. They are a Ken Palm darling. Okay. I'm looking right now. Hold up. It's really hard for me. This is they are 19th in offense, 25 in defense. I don't know how they're 25 in defense, but it just seems like at some point they're going to turn it on. And is it in the NCAA tournament? Is it? I don't know. I'm so beyond torn. All right, we're coming back to it. UConn's going to beat Furman. Look, I know I made a video saying that UConn's on upset alert against Furman. That was pretty much clickbait. They're not losing to Furman. But UCLA is going to beat UCF. I do expect Donovan Dent that'll play. And this is a spot we'll get to it where UConn could potentially lose. But we need to pick Louisville, South Florida here. I'm going with Louisville. My gut says Louisville, so I'm going with Louisville. Okay, I have to. I just have to. I have to go with Louisville against South Florida. Never mind. I don't even know. I don't know. We can go back to that. I'm so beyond torn. It is absurd. Let's go back to the West here. Arizona's going to beat Villanova. We're going back to Louisville, South Florida. I just genuinely, I don't know. Arizona is going to beat Villanova. Okay, this is going to bring potentially the game of the tournament, Wisco and Arkansas. Who would you guys take, Wisco and Arkansas? Arkansas, two of the hottest teams. Two of the hottest teams in the tournament. Wisco, Arkansas. I'm genuinely curious because I love Wisco. But I just think Darius Acuff and this Arkansas team are deeper. Billy Richmond. Wisco's got Nick Boyd and John Blackwell. I do think Arkansas comes up in this game. I do. I think they're a better defensive team. I do think they come alive in that game, and they beat Wisco in a thriller that's led by Darius Acuff, just going absolutely crazy. Texas, Gonzaga. All right, so I expect Texas and Gonzaga here. Should be a great game. Look, they'll have trouble defending Graham Ike in the paint. If that's actually a matchup, Texas and Gonzaga, they'll have fits trying to defend Graham Ike in the paint. Give me Gonzaga to move on. Give me Purdue over Missouri. And we'll just put this right here. Give me Purdue to beat Gonzaga in the Sweet 16. Give me Purdue to beat Gonzaga in the Sweet 16. And then give me Arizona to beat Arkansas in the Sweet 16. Arizona is the best team in the entire country. They are the best team in the entire country. If there's a team that's going to beat them, it's Arkansas. If there's a team that's going to beat them, it is Arkansas. But Arizona is the best team in the entire country. All right, let's move down to the Midwest. Michigan's going to beat Georgia. Texas Tech Hofstra. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Look, I think Hofstra is my team. Hofstra is my team. It's got to be. Hofstra is my Cinderella story. Texas Tech is not even good, but they can get hot. They could get hot. Give me Hofstra. Give me Hofstra. I don't even know what their mascot is. Can someone tell me their mascot? But Hofstra is going to the Sweet 16, ladies and gentlemen. What do you know about Hofstra versus Michigan? Nothing. Okay, Santa Clara, Iowa State. Give me Iowa State. Excuse me. Tennessee, Virginia. Give me Virginia to beat Tennessee. And give me Michigan to beat Hofstra on the Sweet 16. And give me Iowa State beat Virginia in the Sweet 16. Everyone, I love Virginia. Very well coached team, but this Iowa State team is so due. They never seem to go deep in the tournament, but this year I think Milan Mikovic is on a different level. Jefferson's on a different level. I love this team. Okay, I really, really love this team. If they face off against Virginia, a team that is prone to turning the ball over, okay, Iowa State's going to win because they force turnovers. I love that matchup for Iowa State. I do like Akron. They're just in the MAC. Like this is there's levels to this shit. You know what I mean? Like I like Hofstra because they have Cruz Davis. And they can. Oh my God, I really do feel like Texas Tech probably beats Hofstra, but I don't know. I mean, what do you guys think? I don't necessarily trust Hofstra defensively per se. Well, it's a tough beat here. Tough beat. All right, moving on. Sorry for the lag. Houston, St. Mary's. Give me Houston. I love this Houston team. I have a bunch of futures on them. Give me Houston. Illinois over North Carolina. No, Caleb Wilson's going to kill them in that game. This Illinois team is insane. Okay. Vanderbilt's going to beat Nebraska, and Florida's going to beat Clemson. Okay. And this brings up a rematch between Florida and Vanderbilt. I'm like torn in this game because this could go either way. Look, Vanderbilt, Florida's lack of three-point shooting just really, I struggle to take them. You know what I mean? Because their lack of three-point shooting. That's why I lost the game against Vandy in the SEC tournament. But I love them. I do love them a lot. Oh my God. I feel like if they own the boards, they're going to win that game. They're going to get their revenge. But you're also looking at a Vanderbilt team that shoots 80% from the free throw line. I mean, like, that's stuff that, compared to Florida, 71%, that's stuff that will loses you games, if you're Florida. Oh, my God. I'm torn. Give me Vanderbilt. We got to keep it interesting. Give me Vanderbilt for the upset again. They beat him again. Give me Vandy. Illinois, Houston, I'm also torn, but you got to take Houston. Look, this is a team that is just, oh my God. You know what? It's like I don't know who to take there. Illinois, Houston. Like these matchups are insane. I don't who do I take? Illinois or Houston? Who do I take? Chat. We're going back to that. Chat. All right, let's go back up here. Duke, Ohio State. I do have to take Duke, though I think Bruce Thorne could go off and beat Ohio State. Yeah, beat Duke. Yeah, I do. Could be crazy. St. John's in Kansas. Oh, my God. This is going to be some serious bully ball going on here because Kansas is soft in the paint. I know they got Budunga, but, these are two very similar teams. You got Bill Self against Rick Pitino. By the way, I do think, this matchup's a lock to happen, by the way. Like an absolute lock. Key is for me, you got Darren Peterson, the best player on the floor in this game. But I have seen Kansas look bad in some games this season where I'm like, okay, are the Johnnies better? Maybe. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know who to take. I'm torn. By the way, I'm switching to South Florida. Brian Hodgson, his hometown. Just give me that story. They are probably the better team. I can't trust Louisville. I can't trust Louisville. They're a bunch of bums. I can't trust Louisville. We're switching to South Florida over Louisville, which brings up an interesting matchup between South Florida and Michigan State. Dude, can they lose that game? Yeah. Will they lose that game? Probably not. Right? I just don't think South Florida could shoot well enough. Michigan State can't shoot well enough. Michigan State slows them down. Could be a tough game for South Florida. Could be a very tough game for South Florida. Dude, I'm absolutely torn. I'm sitting here just looking at these games and I'm like, who the hell do I take? I'm absolutely fucking torn. This is hell. Okay. I don't know. Chat, I need your help, chat. I genuinely need your help. I genuinely need your help. Like Illinois or Houston, who do I take? We got Michigan State, South Florida, St. John's, Kansas, UCLA, UConn. I'm gonna go UConn. Okay, I know UCLA is playing great ball, one of the best 7 seeds right now, but they're banged up. Dan Hurley's gonna have a plan for Tyler Donovan Dent. I trust UConn in that game. They have no answer for Terrace Reed. They will have no answer for Terrace Reed. I do think UConn faces off against Michigan State. I do. I do. I mean, look, this is a Michigan State team that's, dude. I could totally see Brian Hodgson in fucking South Florida beating them. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm like so torn. Chat, I need your guys' help. You guys aren't helping me out too much, chat, and like I'm actually pissed off. 'Cause I don't know what to do. Chat, I don't know what to do. Should we take South Florida to go to the Sweet 16? Should we? I'm taking South Florida to go to the Sweet 16. Play UConn in the Sweet 16. I am. Look, I get it. That my bracket could be chalked if South Florida loses. They're gonna beat Michigan State. I really like the South Florida team. I really do. I really do. I do. St. John's, Kansas. Look, my gut. I'm gonna go with St. John's here. I really do. This St. John's team. I'm gonna take Duke to beat St. John's and go to the Elite Eight. I'm going to. And about UConn, South Florida. Oh my God, this is crazy. I don't know. But the lack of scoring would concern me. I know. I don't know. If MSU milks that team down, to a half-court game, right? Which you figure they do, then they're probably going to win. In a close one, right? I'm going chalk. Give me Michigan State against UConn. Michigan State and UConn. It's Michigan. Jeremy Fears is going to have a tournament. I mean, he's going to have a tournament. Give me MSU. Give me MSU, Chad. What do you think? What do we think? What do we think of the bracket so far, guys? What do we think? I'm like beyond torn. I'm beyond torn. All right, before I figure out who's going to win Michigan State, UConn, let's go down here. My gut said Houston this entire time. But I really do think Illinois has a good enough team to go to the Elite Eight. They're just really soft defensively. You know what I mean? They're just really soft defensively. Like, obviously, I like this Houston team more defensively. So I do worry about that. Houston's obviously a strong team defensively, but offensively, Houston also worries me a little bit. The thing about the Europeans, no knock on them, they're just soft, right? The Europeans are soft. I trust Kingston Flemings in this one. I trust Houston and Kingston Flemings in this one. Give me Houston to go to the Elite Eight. So now we have an Elite Eight between Iowa State, Michigan, Vanderbilt, Houston, Arizona, Purdue. By the way, Arizona's going to the Final Four. Arizona's shipping their ticket to the Final Four. They are the best team in the country. They will beat Purdue. Okay. UConn, Michigan State. UConn, Michigan State. What do we think? What do we think? Talk to me. Something tells me my gut said that UConn's losing. UConn's losing early. That's what my gut said. I just don't see a way that what's it called? That UCLA could defend what's his name? Terrace Reed. I don't see a world where they could defend Terrace Reed, to be quite honest with you. Let's see. Man, I'm torn. This is so hard. This is really, really hard. Really bad. UConn? I don't trust. Izzo just doesn't make it far every year. I don't trust him. I know, me neither. I don't trust UConn team either. They're not that good. They're not that good. I don't know. All right, we're going down here. Fuck it. Yo, come here. Tell me Iowa State is going to beat Michigan. Iowa State's going to beat Michigan. You heard it here first. Iowa State is booking their trip to the Final Four. Okay? Why? Because Elliot Cadeau sucks. Yep. Because Iowa State turns the ball over. I mean, turns teams over at an insane rate. And Elliot Cadeau sucks. That's it. Chat. This is the game where Michigan loses to Iowa State. Iowa State is going to submit their trip to the Final Four. Oh my God. I actually see this side of the bracket right here. I think I like this, the Midwest. I think I have the perfect bracket in the Midwest. Like maybe Hofstra doesn't win, but I'll take my chances. But I really do think I have the perfect bracket in the Midwest. I really do. I really do think I have this perfect. Oh my God. My God. We do. We have this perfect. Okay. What do we think? We are winning a shit ton of money in the next 3 weeks. Okay, Iowa State's going to the Final Four. So right now we have Iowa State, Arizona in the Final Four. We are still so torn on what is going on over here. Okay, because I could totally see South Florida booking their trip to the Elite Eight as well. I mean, this Brett Hodgson team is so special. They are so special. And can UCLA beat UConn? I don't know. Does anyone know the status on Donovan Dent and Tyler Bledel? Does anyone know? Michigan State would be UConn. I just don't know if it's going to be UCLA or UConn. I'm going to take Michigan State over UConn. I'm going to. But is it UCLA to beat UConn? Chat. Dude, UConn's got some insane wins. You know what? Michigan State would beat UConn. I know it. Give me Michigan State to go to the fucking Elite Eight. But I'm just saying, UCLA could beat UConn. Okay, that's the one I'm really torn on. I don't know. I think Michigan State's going to go to the Elite Eight and play Duke. I do think that's going to happen. I just don't know if it's going to be because they play UConn or UCLA. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know. But I do think Michigan State goes to the Elite Eight. Though I don't think this is their year. And I do think Duke goes and submits their trip to the Final Four. I think Duke submits their trip to the Final Four. We have a Duke, Arizona, Iowa State. And we'll figure out the next one in a second. But I don't know. Okay. Both should be available. See, this is where my bracket could get weird. I think that UCLA could beat UConn. I really, really do. Like, I genuinely think that UCLA could beat UConn. I mean, what do we think, guys? Help me out. Do we think UCLA could beat UConn? I mean, like, you look at the team UCLA lost to. They lost to Purdue. Right? This was a UCLA team without Tyler Bledel. Purdue had 13 offensive boards. I mean, I'm just looking at this game right now. 18-37, 9. Wow. Wow. Sky Clark, Eric Daly. This team is really, really good. Like, really good. Purdue's a great team, too. Wow. I'm like I said, I'm extremely torn. I just think UConn would beat UCLA. Terrace Reed would have a day. He would have a day. Okay. Yeah, they almost shot 50 from 3. The more I look at it now, they did, right? I mean, that's a great point. UConn's going to be, okay, I actually do. UConn's going to be UCLA. That'll be a hell of a game. UConn's going to lose to Michigan State in the final, in the Sweet 16. Duke's going to the Final Four. Oh, down here now. Okay. We made it down here. Okay. We've made it down here. You have Vanderbilt, Houston. By the way, I'm still torn on who would win, Florida or Vanderbilt, because I want to look at that game one more time. On Vanderbilt, Houston. I mean, Vanderbilt, Florida. Look. In this game, Jack. I'm going to look at this again. Sorry. Hold up. Vanderbilt shot 10 of 21 from 3. Florida just can't shoot threes. Florida had 20 offensive rebounds and still lost that game by fucking 17 points. You know what I mean? 8 turnovers. Florida had 14 turnovers. I just like Vanderbilt's guard play a lot more. A lot more. But if Florida gets 20 offensive rebounds again, they're going to win. They shot 21 of 40. Wow. What do we think? Vandy going to beat Florida? Is Vandy going to beat Florida for sure? Is Vandy going to beat Florida? It's really hard to beat a team twice in a row. A team as good as Florida. Like I said, I don't like Boogie Flan. I don't like Xavier Lee, but I mean, if they get 20 offensive boards again, like I said, it's tough. It's tough to think that they wouldn't win. It's a better coach than Todd Golden, too. Yeah, I agree. Vandy not beating Florida. Okay, it's just we don't think Vandy's beating Florida again. Chat. Huff draw. They got to play Florida again. I mean, oh my God. I want to believe in Vandy because I really like Tyler Tanner. I really like Duke Miles. I really do. Like, this Florida team is just screwing me. They're just screwing me because they can't shoot threes. They can't shoot threes. How do you win games in March if you can't shoot threes? Tell me. I don't understand. You know what I mean? And they can't shoot free throws. Give me Vandy. I'm going to stick with Vandy here. I know. Oh, my God. I'm torn. I've never been more torn here. And I do think if Houston and Vanderbilt face off, I still think Houston goes to the Final Four either way. I do. I think Houston goes to the Final Four. I do think Houston goes to the Final Four. You know what I mean? I just think Florida beats Vanderbilt. I do. I know. Florida's going to beat Vanderbilt. Yep, I took Florida. Chad, where we changed it. Florida's going to beat Vandy. They're going to beat Vandy. They're going to beat Vandy again. They're getting revenge. Okay, I'm done. They're getting revenge. And I'm still torn on Houston and Illinois. I mean, look, you got Houston versus Florida now. You like, no way. I don't like Florida enough to go to the Final Four, Chad. You know what I mean? I don't. Is this, like, if Illinois match up, you know what I mean? Is Houston going to the Final Four? Are the Houston Cougars in the Final Four? Is this Kingston Fleming's year? Is this Kingston Fleming's time in March to show up? Dude, Houston would get bitched on the boards. Bitched on the boards. But then yet again, I think guard play wins in March, and you got Houston that could turn Xavier Lee over. They could, you know what I mean? Give me Houston to go to the Final Four. I have this team. I had this team going to the Final Four. Give me Houston to go to the Final Four. And give me Duke to go to the national championship. Give me Duke to go to the national championship. In a rematch between Arizona and Iowa State, Jaden Bradley ended that game. Dude, I mean, like, but if Iowa State just didn't go ballistic from 3, and they wouldn't have even been in that game. Me, Arizona will get on the national championship. Arizona's going to the national championship. Arizona is going to the national championship. Chat. Chat, what do we think? I'm like, what do we do? Who wins between Duke and Arizona? I don't know. You got Cameron Boozer versus Kopi and Braden Burries. I mean, that's just 3 of the best freshmen in the entire country. You got Isaiah Evans. I said Duke was a little fraudulent. This is where Big 12 ball versus ACC ball really shows up, and Arizona wins the national championship. and give me this to go 145 points. Enter everything. Arizona is beating Duke in the national championship. Clip it. Clip it. Chat. Clip it. Arizona's beating Duke in the national championship. It's happening. It's happening. Whether you like it or not, it's happening. And that's just how it's going to go. See here, this is where my bracket could really go wrong. Okay, I just want to make sure I really like it. Ohio State could beat Duke. Ohio State could totally beat Duke, by the way. But Duke faces the Johnnies or Kansas. I don't know who's going to win this game. Duke's probably going to be here. Duke plays Michigan State. Duke's going to win. They have better shooting. I don't know, man. I like this side of the bracket. I do. I like how this is going here. I mean, I've been taking a chance on Hofstra because you have to take a chance on one team. Hofstra's a really good basketball team. Hofstra is a very, very good basketball team. I'm going to take a chance on them. I'm going to. Because why the hell not? So give me Hofstra. You think MSU will win? Yeah, I agree. If MSU plays UConn, they're going to win. I'm pretty confident in that. This could be a fuck fest. Okay. Nebraska could lose to Troy first round, as far as I know. Okay. Florida and Vanderbilt, I don't know what's going to happen here. I just really, really like this Vandy team. Houston, Illinois, this is where it could all go wrong. Illinois could go to the Final Four. Utah State could definitely upset Villanova, by the way. But this is where it can go wrong. Illinois could go to the Final Four. Illinois plays Vandy, Florida. They could go to the Final Four. And this could be Illinois playing Duke. I really think this Illinois team is the most talented team in the entire tournament. Call me crazy. I mean, in terms of offensive talent, no one matches up with them. But the games that exposed me for Illinois was their lack of defense in the Wisco game. And they lost to Wisco. Actually lost to Wisco twice. And they lost to Michigan. And that was the Michigan game was what really, really screwed me. Because they beat Purdue. But, I mean, Purdue also shot lights out. And, it's tough. Tough call. But, I mean, they also made 18 threes. They can't play defense. The Europeans are soft. Give me Houston. I just think Houston's just one of those teams, man. Like, I don't know. I really don't know about them. We're taking a chance on them. Arizona shot, 6 of 13, 19 of 41. They shot 27 free throws, Arizona. 14. So what's going to happen? Yeah. I like this bracket, though. Chad, this is the perfect bracket. Really like Iowa State. Chad, this is the perfect bracket. And I need to call it the perfect bracket wherever I can call it that. Chat, clip this. This is my perfect bracket. What do we think? Does this have a chance to go perfect? Genuinely. Let's go. Arizona to cut the nets in my perfect bracket. And we're calling it the perfect bracket. Intern. What do we think? All right. Chat. Are you more of an NBA or NFL guy? 2 brackets. I'm going to make more brackets, dude. Don't worry. I'm just making one right here for you guys. Don't worry. Are you making more of an NBA or NFL guy? But I like college basketball better than anything. Okay, one last review of the bracket. Give it a look. Hofstra going to my Sweet 16. Probably the craziest thing. All right, Chad, I got to go to class. Good stream. Good bracket reveal. Arizona's your national championship. They're winning the Natty. That's the perfect bracket. I'll be posting that on Twitter as well, by the way. And I'll be making some content off that. So let's go, boys. Have a good day.